Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 15th of August. The government is being urged to finally put forward a plan for managing the costs of climate change. The Climate Change Commission is warning in its first report on progress, our rate of climate adaptation is unsustainable. Costs continue to rise, with last year's extraordinary severe weather events causing $14.5 billion in damage. Commission Chair Rod Carr says central government must be clear about where the costs and losses will fall.
If people don't know whether they're exposed to the risk of loss and assume that they will be bailed out, they will continue to make poor choices about where to live and what businesses to invest in.
The Prime Minister says he's horrified and worried for public safety after potentially lethal meth-laced lollies were distributed in food parcels. Auckland City Mission says 428 people may have received a food parcel with the fake Rinda brand pineapple sweets donated to the charity. The Malaysian company whose name was misused on the sweets says it's not responsible. On last count, police had retrieved 29 of the contaminated lollies. Chris Luxon has put out an appeal to the public.
Please, check what you're feeding your children is safe and make sure that you are aware of what these lollies are and what they look like.
Commerce Minister Andrew Bailey is looking into dodgy business practices and the safety of company directors and considering changes to the Companies Act. They include cracking down on so-called phoenixing, where businesses transfer assets from indebted companies to new ones. Bailey is also concerned it's dangerous having directors and shareholders' home addresses publicly available. The father of a Gore toddler still has unanswered questions as the inquest ends into Locky Jones's 2019 death. Police concluded the 3-year-old drowned in an oxidation pond, but his father believes he was murdered. The Herald's Ben Thomsett says Paul Jones questioned the police investigation today.
He criticised the investigations and also questioned the credibility of some of the witnesses who have spoken over the past 5 weeks.
The government's drawing on an Australian model to plan a bipartisan 30-year plan for infrastructure projects. Prime Minister Luxon and infrastructure ministers are in Sydney. Chris Bishop says the government will have a list of independently assessed work needed in coming decades. He says the idea comes from Infrastructure New South Wales after ministerial discussions this morning.
If you have an independently verified list of projects that infrastructure experts have said this is what the country, or in this case the state, needs, then political parties can then get behind those projects in government or in opposition.
To sport, Tamaiti Williams, Rieko Ioane, Caleb Clark and Will Jordan have been moved in to start for the All Blacks against Argentina at Eden Park. Sam Cane's on the bench. T20 franchise cricket has lured 2 more Black Caps away from central contracts with New Zealand cricket. Devon Conway's joined Kane Williamson on a casual deal, while Finn Allen's without a contract entirely. In netball, departing shooter Aaliyah Dunn thinks the ANZ Premiership's reduced 2-round format is partly behind the player exodus at the mainland Tactics. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.